Welcome to the Manager Matt podcast show. The show is designed to give you solutions to your day-to-day management and leadership problems. It's hosted by Matthew Haddock, a frontline manager and leader with over 25 years of experience. If you're ready, then let's get on with the show.
Hi and welcome to the Manager Matt podcast show. Hope you're all keeping safe and well and managing your teams to get the best results you can. Now, the aim of this show is to give you actionable and practical advice which will improve your management skill and hopefully get the results you need. Can I ask you, if you haven't done already, please take the time to subscribe to the show so you will never miss an episode. Well, without any more delay, let's get on with this week's show. So, values in a company. We all talk about values and making sure that we are adhering to our values. Well, I want to talk today about one of the big values that you may hear when you're in corporate world. And that's around this enterprising spirit or enterprising value. Now, as a leader of a team, you want them to have some sort of enterprise in the way that they work. And you also want to make sure that they are fostering that enterprising spirit when they're interacting. But what does that actually mean? Well, to me, it's so easy to get into the hour-to-hour challenges of any operation. It's easy to get into the detail of a situation which is urgent on that day, or deal with a major crisis. Now, we all know there's always a crisis. We find ourselves as leaders looking down into the weeds and not up into the sky. We can sometimes lose the sight of the big picture. And I guess that's where the spirit and the idea of an enterprising spirit comes in to play. And it doesn't matter if you're in operations, commercials, sales, technical. It's a time with the enterprising spirit to look outside those boxes. Now, when we think of an enterprising spirit, say a person, an entrepreneur, we would automatically think of a Bill Gates, an Elon Musk, a J.K. Rowling, a Richard Branson. People who have amazing creative ideas, who seem to have the enterprise to be able to go above us mere mortals. They must wake up at 5 a.m. every morning and know exactly what the new trend or product is that everyone will want. Sure, they are massively successful. They are bold and they think about the big picture. Their businesses certainly create value. And to the world, they have grown into these mega organisations. So as a leader, when I recruit or when I'm coaching my team, I ask them to be more like Bill Gates, don't I? To come to work with a new product or process every day, which will sell or save millions, right? No, of course not. To me, leaders need to work to clear the path so our teams can show their value and play to their strengths and be bold in the way they deal. If I was to sit in a dark room and try to invent something that's never been seen before, a product, a service that no one had thought of, it'd be hard. I mean, really hard. And if your boss was outside in the door, knocking every 2 minutes saying, "Have you invented that thing yet? Come on, what are you doing in there?" It'd get even harder. But when you work in a really good organisation, then the work as a team in that organisation is to give you the support and licence to have the values to grow and see if these opportunities, these enterprising spirits will appear towards you. And as a leader, you need to support that value and giving people time and encouragement to be able to have the freedom to have a little bit of that spirit. Now, there's also the fact that when I say an enterprising spirit, it doesn't have to mean a new product or new service. It can be linking and connecting our current strengths and knowledge to add value or to remove waste. It's about thinking how every individual and every diverse brain can make tomorrow better than today. It's getting the engineers to be able to think differently how they can fix a machine and get it running. It's about the operators to work on how they can get product out or services done faster, to give them the freedom to focus on the things bigger so they know where they're going, to excite people, to connect people. Now, the enterprising spirit is a mindset. It's an attitude and an approach to thinking that actively seeks out change. Rather than waiting to adapt to change, it's a mindset that embraces critical questions, innovation, service and continuous improvements. It's about seeing the bigger picture and thinking like we own a company. Now, our own businesses that you're working in at the minute might not call it an enterprising spirit, but I'm sure that if you think of the way that your people work and how they've worked in such tough times such as COVID and through Brexit and through depressions and through the huge challenges that they face from either customers or governments or consumers, I'm sure a lot of those people are already showing that enterprising spirit. Well, how do you push that envelope? How do you go further? By thinking how you can free their days up and thinking longer term. Remember, the idea of this is to be bold, to think about the bigger picture. What value do they add and how can they grow? Not just in the day-to-day, not just in the week-to-week, but the month-to-month and the year to go. Well, thanks for listening. And as always, I'm really keen on your thoughts on the show, both good and bad. So if you get a moment, please give us some feedback, as it's a gift, to managermattpodcast@gmail.com. Answer all the own emails and would love to engage on new or old topics. Right, well, that's it for Manager Matt this week. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for listening to this Manager Matt podcast. We hope you found it interesting, helpful and actionable. One last thing, please leave a quick review on iTunes or with your podcast provider, as it helps to spread the word of Manager Matt. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the podcast, and if you did like anything in particular, send an email to managermattpodcast@gmail.com or visit managermatt.co.uk for more content. Feedback is a gift, so let's keep giving. See you next week.